Okay, awesome. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And you know what that means. These three nerds get together and talk about gaming and technologies in the Linux sphere. How are you guys doing tonight? It's Linux Tech and Gaming, episode 21. What's up, Osiris and Atomic? How are you guys doing tonight?
Horrible.
Bingo bango. Bingo bango.
Do you know that Bango is the mascot of the little deer for the Milwaukee Bucks?
No. What the hell are you talking about, Willis?
Bango. Bango is the mascot for the Milwaukee Bucks. FYI.
The Milwaukee Bucks. Boo.
What?
Who the fuck
Are we gonna have to fight? We're gonna have to fight when we see each other when we go to PAX South already?
Am I supposed to know this? Are these people
Right.
a thing?
Do you even lift, bro?
No.
Even if I still did follow the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks are so low on my list of teams. I mean, if you had said the Mavericks,
Do I look like I lift to you?
I mean,
I know I lift. I mean, everybody just can tell right away with my moves and my big guns that I got. My left one.
What do you
my
lift?
right
Donut
one.
boxes?
I own them.
Atomic, you didn't do too bad on table thing though. Well, how big is that table that you made?
8x4.
And he flipped it over pretty handily. You must lift a little. Computer boxes?
Well, the
Yeah, right.
the tabletop only weighs 30 or 40 pounds,
Man, that's more than I can
Fully-
handle these days.
fully assembled. I mean, the sheet was like 15 pounds at the most.
Okay, I spilled coffee.
I lift
So
kids.
usually, what we do, our first
That
segment
helps.
of the show, is we Atomic shares a Linux game with us, with all of us. So Atomic, what game do you have this week?
Well, this week I have Screen Cheat. And if you've ever
Aw, shit.
if you've ever played a a split screen first person shooter on a console, you know, you have player one on one part of the screen, player two on another part of the screen.
Yep.
Traditionally, it's called screen cheating if you are using the other player's screen to your advantage.
Right, to
In
figure
a
out where they are on the map. Yeah, so you can kill them.
Yeah, in a competitive environment, not a co-op environment.
Right.
So what screen cheat is it takes advantage of that. And you are actually invisible to the other players. Like, you can be standing looking at each other, and if you look at your own screen, you can't see the other players. But you can look at their screens and see where they are. And even if you're playing remotely, you know, over the internet, you can
Yep.
still see their screen.
Right. Yep. We've played it. I mean, I think we play it live either on my hitbox or Linux Tech and Gaming's hitbox. I'm pretty sure we did.
We did, yes.
Okay. Yeah, we had a blast, by the way, too. I did. I don't know. I can't speak for you two, but the game is
Pretty cool. It's a cool twist on FPS gaming.
Yep.
Standard FPS gaming.
Right.
I-
The thing that threw me off, and Osiris, I believe, since him and I tried it first with just him and I, is that we didn't know that we would be invisible. So basically, we're running around the map, and I'm not seeing any other character on the map. No silhouette, no body, no nothing. And both of us are like, wait, I'm right by the waterfall. I'm like, wait, I'm by the waterfall. What the fuck? You're lying, you know, and we're both like saying, you're trolling me, you're not over there. He's like, fuck yeah, I am, and then he shoots his gun, and I'm like, holy shit, he's right there. You know, and then boom, I blasted him in his head, and I pwned him.
It didn't go quite like that. But yeah,
Oh,
the
man.
gist of it.
Right. So we had a blast playing it. I would say it's worth it for whatever amount of money it is. Just
It
for the
is.
simple fact of, I don't even care if it's on sale. This is how much I highly recommend this game because of how fun it is. The verticality of the maps makes it a very interesting game, I'll say that. And the fact that you're fucking invisible makes it challenging, to say the least. So not only do you have to watch your own screen to figure out where you're moving, but you also have to look at 2 other people's screens so that you can cheat, screen cheat, and find out where they are on the map. So I had soon realized that the noob tube was the gun to use, and I'm just like, we were playing King of the Hill at one point. Yeah, for those of you that aren't familiar with Call of Duty speak, the noob tube is basically a underbarrel grenade launcher that's on a shotgun. They call it the noob tube because in MW2 anybody could pick up the sticks, pick up the controller, equip the noob tube, and do well because you're basically fucking launching grenades, So, I activated the noob tube after I found it because the weapon selection is just phenomenal. The weapons there's a lot of weapons. They're cool looking. They're nifty looking, whatever word, terminology, descriptors you want to use. I thought that was one aspect of the game that made it really cool.
Yes.
I mean, would you say? Yeah, you would agree, right?
We didn't try. I don't think any of us tried. What is it called? Random matchmaking or whatever.
Right. I don't think so.
I don't know how fun that would be, but I would suspect that it's nowhere near as fun.
Right,
because part of the fun is just laughing at the other people.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that is a major part of
it. So definitely, and I think it comes in a 4-pack, right?
Yes, you can get a 4-pack.
And that's how I don't know if I bought the 4-pack and gave it to anybody. I don't remember.
Yeah, so definitely worth 4-pack. How much is it?
It's $14.99 for one license and $44.99 for 4.
Catch it on sale. It's awesome.
Yep,
and
definitely.
This will also do local co-op. I'm not.
Snap. And parties.
Wait a minute. No, not local co-op. It's local multiplayer. Competitive.
Local multiplayer competitive.
Yeah. It's not.
Wow. So not only are you screen cheating the person that's sitting next to you, literally, but you're also screen cheating other players that are in the same lobby?
Yes, I think you can do that.
So how many people can go on a map at once? 4?
Yes.
Are
4.
you aware? Okay, 4. All right.
4 is the limit.
Any more, and it would just be you.
You wouldn't be able to see yourself on the screen.
Correct. Yeah, or you wouldn't be able to see the map. Basically, it'd be like a tiny little box.
Plus, it's emulating the old console days, and rarely could you play more than 4 on a console.
It advertises full controller support. What does our resident peasant have to say about that?
Actually, I think I used the keyboard and mouse.
Oh snap! He's moving up in the world.
Yep. I'm pretty sure I used the keyboard and mouse. Now, I guess I don't remember since it's been like a month since we played, but I would say controller support. I don't remember complaining that the controller didn't work. I'll say that. So I am a controller peasant, but I've been learning that the amount of accuracy that you can get with the keyboard and mouse is superior to the controller sticks, the analog sticks. So in TF2, I've been using the keyboard and mouse nowadays, and I'm pretty sure in Screen Sheet I was using the keyboard and mouse just because of the fine control you have over basically where you're shooting, your aim. So. Like I said, I don't remember saying like, dude, what the fuck? It says it's got controller support and the controller doesn't work. I don't remember saying that. So therefore, I'll just throw that out there that I believe, when it says it's got partial controller support, I'll concur, I guess. We can certainly do some more testing since I have the controller sitting here and, we can give it another go.
All lit up in its gaudiness.
Maybe we'll try. Maybe we'll play some Screen Sheet right after the live stream tonight with a lucky viewer.
Yeah, there we go.
If someone's interested. we could try it out and live stream it on Linux Tech and Gaming's YouTube, channels or wherever we want to. It's a thought. If you guys are available at 8:30 or whenever we're done with the stream tonight, the podcast. So $14.99 currently. It's not on sale.
It is
Not
not
currently.
not at the
Okay.
moment, but
Right.
I believe we bought it when it was on sale.
Yeah, it was during the Christmas sale. I'm pretty sure either you told us about it or one of us found it. Osiris or Atomic, one of you guys found it, I think.
I did. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, you found it, and then I don't know. I don't remember if I bought a 4-pack or if I just bought one and Osiris also bought it. I don't really remember what all happened. I just know we all three had it and we played it and just laughed hysterically. I did. I was having a blast.
I haven't gotten the chance to try this on Intel graphics yet, but they're saying any graphics card made within the last 5 years will run this.
Right.
So,
And I can imagine that being so.
yeah.
I would even say a graphics card made in the last almost 10 years probably would play this at some level.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem very demanding. Maybe I'm wrong. It just doesn't look very demanding to me.
Is it the Unity engine? Do you guys know? I forget. Or if I even knew. I'm not sure if I ever knew.
It could be, but it might not be.
Let me go look. Let me go take a look-see. And
Apparently I forgot my last password already. The main one, the master password.
well, that kind of
Don't you
defeats
love
the
it when
purpose.
that happens? I know, right? It does. Whatever. I'll figure it out when we're done.
Yeah, I
So,
don't.
yeah, just to inform everybody, I did boot back into Arch. I am running Arch Linux right now.
Finally.
Yeah. Did I get it transferred over to my new Kingston? No. Because time. That fucking time, I tell you, it's such a bitch.
We're always running out of it.
Yep. Never enough. Always running out. I wish I could go to Walmart and buy more or order it online.
If Walmart has it, it doesn't exist.
That's a good point. You mean if Walmart doesn't have it, it doesn't exist?
Yeah, right.
Is that what you said? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I can't find the engine, so we'll have to
No big
update
deal.
later.
Sure. We could do an update on it. All right.
Oh,
Well,
no.
that covers Screen Cheat. That was a great choice for you to choose this week, I would say, Atomic. And if you haven't played Screen Cheat yet or seen any YouTube videos about it, I would say that you need to go and find the Screen Cheat video that Osiris, myself, and Atomic created, and watch it because it is absolutely hysterical.
Yes, it is.
Now, where that video is, sadly, I can't exactly tell you at this very second.
And speaking of screens, my trusty old Westinghouse has just lost its first pixel after being with me for 10 years. So it's time for a new monitor.
I would say after 10 years of having the same monitor, it's definitely
Wow.
time for a new monitor.
Wow. Your first dead pixel.
Yes.
Wow. Where is it? In the center or in the left and the right? Or
It's like right on my face when I'm looking at the hitbox. Looks like a red
it's not a-
pimple.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you sure it's not a
Nice.
pimple?
He's hoping it is. Yeah.
Well, it's not staying on my skin in the same place. So.
It might be some newfangled pimples.
Yeah, I've never seen a pimple do that before.
The
Now,
virtual
now it's on the
pimple.
wall behind me. Time for a new
All
monitor.
right. Well, moving into the actual next segment of the show, which is all of our topics that we like doing. We have some great topics for everybody today.
Don't lie. We don't have any topics.
Well,
I mean,
wait, what? What do you mean we don't have topics? Yes, we do.
I see like 3 topics, and I had one of them.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go into Osiris has our first one, I believe.
yeah. Okay.
And there you go. Go for it, buddy.
So, Aspire Media has announced that they're close to breaking even. If you don't know who Aspire Media is, they're probably the foremost and prominent Linux porters currently. Feral and people like Nicholas, et cetera, et cetera. So they do really good work. You can expect quality out of their camp. They did Borderlands 2, Borderlands the pre-sequel, and both the Civilization games, Civilization 5 and Beyond Earth, and Geometry Wars. All great games, quality, very few problems that the game probably didn't already have. But so they announced on Reddit, the Linux Reddit, that would be r /Linux, that they are close to breaking even. I'll just paraphrase what they posted. This was posted by Aspire Blair. Great post. No, we are close to breaking even, which is huge win in our eyes. As many of you have guessed, we are making a long bet here with Steam machines. And yes, if it weren't for Valve, we wouldn't be doing it, because we knew that the current market break even was the best we could do, which is exactly why adaptation has been scarce for Linux. So he's basically saying, if it wasn't for Valve, it wouldn't be possible for Aspire, Feral, and all the stuff that's currently happening. It wouldn't be possible for this podcast to even be probably happening unless we were talking about TuxCart, which we'd be talking about for the next 20 years. But anyways,
praise Gavin.
Mini rant over.
Praise Lord Gavin. Yeah, we got to get the song playing right now. We need the soundboard. We got to get the song, the prayer, the Steam Valve prayer. So
he reiterates a very important fact. If you're a Linux supporter, you use Linux, and or if you just want to support the Linux ports, because you want to see Steam Machine make it, or you want to see Linux become more prominent, on Linux and only on Linux, and play it on Linux. That way it gets registered as a Linux purchase, and you can buy directly from Spire through their game agent website. And
which we covered it on linuxtechandgaming.com's website. I mean, we covered it on our website. We put up a little post about Game Agent, and they've had previous sales over Christmas, and gameagent.com, awesome website, I will say that.
And then so another poster or user on Reddit decided that they have to fire back at Spire, and they said they needed Steam machines to be profitable, and Aspire shot that down. Aspire seems to be very proud of their work, which is awesome, because Linux aside, game developers these days are game companies. I'm not going to say developers target the developers, but game companies don't seem to have a lot of pride in their work. They just fire out nothing but crapware, and then DLC on top of your DLC to make DLC sandwiches, and then they the free to play nonsense is insane. It's obscene. It's ridiculous, and it's retarded.
DLC gangbang.
Well, hang on though. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that all free to play games are ridiculous.
No, but we all know what the free to play monsters we're talking about, because there's plenty of them out. There's more bad free to plays than there are good ones. It's just that you probably only recognize mostly the good ones because they're obvious.
Like War
Team
Thunder,
Fortress,
War Thunder, Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
RoboCop. I mean,
RoboCop.
The tank one. RoboCraft. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, there's still way more bad ones than good ones.
No, you're right. Yeah. I can't argue that. You're right.
Then the whole alpha problem where games are released in early access and they're just completely shit broken.
Yep. And hopefully Boogie 2988, awesome YouTuber, not a friend of the show, probably doesn't know we exist, but he's hopefully getting gamers to realize that these alpha games should not be purchased because they're shit, and people are only encouraging developers to release shit so that they can get their money. So anyway,
Yes, that's a thing.
Yeah. So hopefully, Boogie's video is heard by all of his subscribers and gamers out there, and gamers, eventually stop supporting this alpha shit that's been going on for years. Not really years, I shouldn't say that. It seems to be a trend in the last
About
couple
14?
years.
Yeah, 2013, 14-ish maybe.
Right. Yep.
So yeah. Yeah, so the point was that Aspire Media seems to be the one of the few dev houses that are proud of what they're doing.
Yep.
Not only proud of what they're doing, but they've expanded into obviously Mac porting, and then as an extension, because according to their developers, most of their ports for Linux are extensions from the Mac port.
The Mac port, right?
And so that's awesome for everybody
Aspire.
involved, because choice will always be better for the consumer.
Right.
That's not even an argument.
Right. I totally agree. Yep.
So yeah. So it's good to see that somebody of their stature and their status is making money.
Excited about making money, and excited about Linux, developing games on Linux. And the other thing that I wanted to point out was just to reiterate what Osiris said about ensuring that if you're a Linux gamer, and it's fine if you're a Windows gamer, obviously, and you play what you want to play on whatever OS you want to play it on. But if you are a Linux gamer and you weren't aware of if you weren't aware of GameAgent.com, their website, that way Steam doesn't get a cut of Borderlands 2 or Civ or Geometry Wars, or Steam and these other places you can buy the game at. They don't get a cut then, and just the developer gets all of it. So if you're interested in any of these types of games like Civilization or the games I just said, Borderlands series, then buy it from GameAgent.com. I can speak confidently that GameAgent.com, they're not a fly-by-night website that's selling games. The website is created by the developers of Aspire Media. Aspire Media is a friend of the show. So yeah, I mean, they're not paying us or anything like that to say any of this. I'm saying it because they're an awesome dev house, and they've done great work to show other potential game developers that there is money to be made in the Linux gaming scene. So if they're breaking even on Borderlands, the pre-sequel, or even Borderlands 2 for their Linux port, and it's only been a month. How long has the pre-sequel been out? 2 months?
October, middle of October. So one.
Oh, okay.
2,
So all right, well,
about
I'm
3 months
exaggerating
now.
then. Okay, so 3 months it took for them to break even, close to breaking even. That says a lot, in my opinion. I mean, and you got to remember, probably a lot of the people that bought the pre-sequel bought it for Windows, and maybe the Linux part of it was an afterthought, and then Linux in their Steam, but it still registers on Steam as a Windows purchase, not a Linux purchase. So again, just to reiterate what Osiris said, is if you do buy a game for Linux, make sure that you fire it up in Linux the first time, and get it seen as, and play the game in Linux, and just so that it's seen as a Linux purchase with how it works on Steam and their tracking and whatnot for numbers.
There's been some discussion and controversy and arguments and debates about what actually gets registered as a Linux purchase. And one of the criteria seems to be, if you do purchase it, even if you purchase it on a Windows box, it doesn't matter where you purchase it on the website. You have to play it within the first week also purchasing it.
Wow.
I think that whole thing is up in the air, but I think it's fairly confident and sure that if you buy it, at least from them, that gets counted in-house on their side as a Linux purchase. Maybe not on Steam. I don't think that's very clear yet, though. 100%.
Right. I think this is all happening. Maybe, I mean, maybe this is all happening quicker than Valve thought it would. Who knows? Maybe Valve will change the way they track Linux purchases. I don't know any of that stuff. Like
I,
Osiris just said, it's up in the air.
I kind of hope they do, because if it's the way he says it is, and that's what I've heard myself so far, then I've made quite a few purchases myself that don't really count, because I've got a bunch of games I have never played.
Yes, and me, and I do as well. So, this last Christmas sale, it's already been
You don't hold a
21
candle
days.
to me.
No, I know I don't. I didn't say I did. So it's already been 21 days, and all these games I purchased for Linux, now apparently, once I fire them up in Linux, they're going to maybe be registered as a Windows game. I don't understand all that.
I think it's a database problem on Steam side.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. So that is kind of weird. But the other thing to pound this home, Aspire Media is supported by, or is in partnership, is working with whatever, however you want to deem it, 2K Games and 2K Games Australia. So that's huge in my eyes, because 2K is a big publisher. I would say they are a AAA publishing house. So, this what occurred recently with the pre-sequel, and I created a YouTube video about this, but what occurred with the pre-sequel hadn't happened in 10 years, where the Linux game was released on the same exact day as the Windows game, and it hadn't happened since what's that game, the popular
Unreal
game.
Tournament.
Yes, thank you. So it hadn't happened since Unreal Tournament, where the game was released for Windows and Linux at the same day, same time. So it was pretty much unprecedented what Aspire Media did with the pre-sequel. I think they did a phenomenal job. I'm thoroughly enjoying the pre-sequel with all the different aspects of the game. I think it was worth I got it for like $48 because it was on sale, and I bought it straight from Game Agent, so I ensured that they got all my monies. It wasn't nobody took their little percentage out of it. And like I said, the show fully supports Aspire Media, and Aspire Media has proven that they fully support Linux Tech and Gaming, our show. So thank you to Aspire Media. If any of you are listening, I don't need to do any name drops, but so if you do watch this, Aspire, thanks. We appreciate what you did for us, and we look forward to future Linux titles.
And as a side note, they are currently working on another Linux right now, and I think they have challenged Reddit users to guess what the game is. And
shit.
Nobody guessed it.
Okay.
Over 1,000 guesses across the net, and nobody guessed the
wow.
the game that they're porting.
Was BioShock Infinite listed as a guess?
I'm sure it was. I didn't read all 1,000 of them.
Wait, you didn't? What?
No, but BioShock Infinite is not being done by Spire. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, it's been disappeared from the Steam library. Did you know that?
I did not know that. No.
Yep.
It just says disappeared for Linux users. It's no longer being. Yep. It's no longer appearing in my.
That's
wow. Yeah. And Aspire is also releasing their games to goodoldgames.com. So
wow, that's
if
huge.
you don't like DRM, that's a good thing. If you like more competitive pricing from another vendor, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And then that also allows them to port older games that maybe Steam doesn't care about, because I've seen that what was it? Star Wars Dark Forces has been released to Good Old Games.
I'd like to point out though that that has not been unusual. A game showing up as supporting Linux and then disappearing. I've had that happen several times on games that have gone on to have Linux support.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before. I don't have nearly any games, but I've seen that at least once or twice.
Yeah. I haven't
And that,
seen it, but that doesn't mean anything. I've only been on Steam for Linux, since it was released.
oh, okay.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
I
Well,
think
it pretty much covers, Aspire Media breaking even. That was an awesome topic there.
Those
So
numbers, though.
I didn't even look at any of the numbers. I don't know how much it costs to develop or to port the pre-sequel for Linux.
I'm
So
looking at I'm looking at
that's
my own private spreadsheet. Well, not private.
I really would
oh,
like to know what makes Linux profitable. That brings up a pretty good point though. So if you consider that Linux is approximately 1%, give or take, of the
let's
desktop.
use 2%.
Why?
Because
Because I
reasons.
think that's where we're at. I'm pretty sure.
No,
If
everything
you look at the latest things, it's like 1.7%. Last I looked.
it fluctuates between 1.3, 1.7, and below one sometimes. So I'm gonna
Oh,
round it to
okay,
one
okay, all right, fair enough.
because that's where it's been for like ever.
Right, okay.
So we'll say it's approximately 1%, and plus that's easier for numbers.
Yes, true.
So the Linux is approximately 1% of the desktop consumer market. So I would assume it's, according to Steam polls at least, that it's approximately 1% of the gaming market too now. The game, like Borderlands, has already been made, obviously, once before Aspire gets it. So the game is made. They have marketing costs. They put the game out, et cetera, and then they make money off of it. Now, after that point, how I wonder, like, how big is the Aspire team? How much man hours do they put in? What is worthwhile for them to actually port the game and make money off of this game? Like these are the kind of things I'd be like pretty interested in.
Yep, me. I would as well, and that's something that we can probably talk to Aspire about, possibly, maybe, since we
It,
have direct communication with them.
yeah, that would be some interesting information because as we covered last week, there's a lot of developers and publishers, probably more so publishers than developers, but people out there who feel like it's probably not worthwhile.
Right. Yep. I mean,
And
how
I
many articles have we? Oh, go ahead. I'll let you finish. Yeah.
and I almost can't blame them from a business standpoint. Like you're targeting 1% of the market. Now, 1% of
Right.
the market, it can like numbers do lie. So 1% isn't a lot when you're talking about the grand scheme of things, but 1% is also millions of people. So
Millions.
yeah,
Right.
that's a perspective. Like even if your game was $1, that's millions of dollars perspective potentially. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh yeah. Heck yeah.
So at what point is it worth it? How much time does needs to be put in before you say that's too much time? And then once you put a product out, you have to support it. How much
Yep.
support do you give?
Right. Those are
Uh,
all great. Those are great points, and I think we saw one of the bad parts about Linux ports recently. I did personally with like Deadfall Adventures and Painkiller Hell and Damnation. Now both of those games use the Unreal Engine, and they are both Linux ports, and I paid a lot of money for them. They weren't just your $10 games. So what happened was the original publishers of the game is like Farm 51 or something, or the developing house, I'm not sure. And then they contract Icarus to support, I think it's Icarus. I'd have to relook at
yeah,
all
I
the
believe so because those are
Steam
both
messages.
Unreal Engine games.
Yes,
I
correct.
think he's like the expert on that stuff, and he does most of all those things.
Right. So at some point during last year, he moved on to new projects and stopped supporting the game.
Ouch.
Like it's part of the contract, I guess. So the dev house, pays him to support the game for so long. After that is done, he, washes his hands of it or wipes his hands of it and goes on to the next game. Well, Deadfall Adventures and Painkiller Hell and Damnation. Actually, I'm just noticing here there's a message. Apparently, the Painkiller Hell and Damnation is still in beta, so that's not cool.
What?
Yep.
You were playing this over a year ago when I met you.
Correct. Yep.
That
So
beta, boy.
it's still in beta. And then the Deadfall Adventures is also still in beta. Huh.
Wow.
Yep.
So here's
and let me just finish up my point. My point here. So there's still issues in both games for various people, whether you're on Intel, AMD. I'm on NVIDIA, so luckily I don't have any issues. But I feel bad for the people that spend $60, $40, whatever. They spend a certain amount for a game. Now, sure, it's beta, but come on, Dev House or Icarus or whoever. I don't want to say Icarus because I don't know if he was the specific supporter of the port, but these people really need to fix the game before they move on to other projects. That's my opinion anyway.
Well, I can say it's not Icarus who's to blame here. Icarus
I'm certainly not saying it was.
He's a contractor, so
yes,
whoever
right.
game people say, "Hey, dude, we need Linux on this game now," and they pay him. He does the port, and then he goes about his business to the next game. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I ask, how much effort is it worth it to actually port something? So if I had a game on Windows and I ported it to Xbox, it would be worth it. The captive market there alone is worth it. So once he ported it, and they don't have any more in-house developers that are Linux, like you kind of just bought into a broken system already.
Right.
And that's going to be that's a black eye. Total.
Right. That's the reason I wanted to talk about these two games, because his name is, or the developer is inequation.pl. He has a public profile on Steam, and it is Leszek Godlewski. So I don't know. It must not be. It's obviously not Icarus. This person's name is Leszek Godlewski. He's from Poland.
That's who ported it, or that's just the developer?
It's according to the Steam posts that I'm reading right now, which Atomic could, if he has a scene set up, he could share this right now with the viewers.
Just give me the link.
All right. Go back and then give you this link.
Because I have a feeling that the people who are in there bitching about something are probably just they're targeting the developer. Most people don't even know that Icarus works on things. Like he quietly comes in and does business and leaves.
You're right. Yeah. So I guess I want to make that clear. The comments that I made a little bit ago were false, and it was not Icarus that was working on Linux. Deadfall Adventures and Painkiller Hell and Damnation. It looks like it's this guy from Poland here, this Godlewski person. It says right in Steam that he's the developer. So this was over a year ago, January 1st, 2014.
Developer of what though? Windows or Linux?
The developer
of the game.
That is a good question.
It's probably Windows.
All it says is developer.
You probably
this is all information inside of Deadfall Adventures Linux beta release post. So I would assume that he is a developer for Linux. Atomic should have it open right now on the stream, and Osiris, you can also open the link from the Mumbles chat. So we obviously see some posts from one of our acquaintances in here, back all the way. If you go to post number 1, or if you go to page 2, you can see that there's feedbacks directly from quote unquote developer. Now, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. It looks almost like he's the developer supporting the Linux port, though. I mean, he talks about, he's answering everybody's question. He's talking about compiling the shaders. referencing, OpenGL context errors. I mean, in all fairness, the game I purchased the game knowing full well what the known issues were. So, I don't know how much complaining I can do because I knew that buying the game for $40 or however much I spent. But at the same time, this is all the way back from December. The port was released on, at least the first post about it on Steam Community Forum was December 31st, 2013 at 6 a.m. So it is well over a year. These known issues are still known issues.
So it looks like it's an AMD issue that AMD hasn't fixed.
Okay.
What else is new?
Yeah, exactly. Crying out loud. Come on, Red Team Plus. Anybody watching the live stream that's on Red Team Plus, please do something about this. Not specifically for Deadfall Adventures, but your driver really needs some work.
Although, to be fair,
your Linux driver.
They did come out with the Omega driver recently, and I haven't given it a chance yet.
Yeah, I have not either. I haven't been able to do any beta testing. Not beta testing. I haven't been able to do any testing of the Omega driver just because I've been so swamped with other stuff. But our friend of the show, what's his name? Osiris knows who I'm talking about. He set up an entire gaming rig, and installed Linux on it, and he's got a whole mess of AMD cards that he's testing. I don't know how far along that testing is, but hopefully he's going to share that information with the people at AMD that matter, the people at AMD that are going to make shit happen. Hopefully that information is being conveyed.
Hopefully nobody's holding their breath.
Well, of course, that as well.
You will die.
AMD needs, as they've informed me, which obviously is common sense as well, but AMD is not going to do anything that isn't going to give them a return on their investment or money for what they're doing. So if the Linux driver is a free driver, which it is, and the gaming market for Linux is only 1%, why would they fix their Linux drivers? They're certainly trying. Like Atomic just said, they released the Omega driver, and it did improve some things, only for some hardware. We've talked about it in previous shows, and but it's still the the disparity between the Windows AMD driver and the Linux AMD driver is so gigantic that anybody even considering purchasing a graphics card, if you're a Linux gamer, they're not even looking at AMD.
You have the option of Intel or NVIDIA. That's it.
Correct. Yep. As much as that pains me to say that, I want to support AMD. Shit, I have an AMD APU. I have a R7770. I don't even know where the hell the box went. It must have fell.
When I had the 290X, there were some games that wouldn't even start on AMD.
That's just sad. A freaking Asus ROG, R9 290X that Osiris had, and he used the proprietary FGLRX driver, and some games wouldn't even start. That's what he just said. I mean, that. We should just move on. I think we've beaten the AMD horse enough times, and so have other podcasts. So I don't think we need to keep beating it. What
we need is PC Per to publicly say it, because they seem to have much powers. Because they did get them to fix their well-known frame latency issue a few years back. So I'm going to contact my good friend Ryan Trout over at PC Per and tell him, hey, we need some help over here on the Linux side.
Right. Yep. And or, if he needs any numbers, you have all those. You can provide him graphs and charts and all the neat things that fucking bigwigs only know how to look at and read. Is colorful charts and graphs and that kind of shit.
Also, a legal
that
disclaimer.
Are used to, yeah.
Also, a legal disclaimer. I don't know Ryan Shrout. just nobody comes and sues me or something like that.
You know, okay.
I know he exists.
Oh,
he probably doesn't know I exist.
Oh, man,
Osiris,
that's funny.
who the hell's that guy?
Is he that PC pimp? That's what he's gonna say.
Hey, that's good enough for me. He said
right,
that.
right, hell yeah. All right. So, all right. Well, that covers the. God, did we just segue like way off topic? I think we did, which is perfectly fine.
What topics?
Because, yeah, exactly.
What is this thing you speak of?
Right. No, we do have topics. Come on, don't lie. All right. So the next topic we got is. Oh my God, this is going to segue into another thing that I want to rant about. This is turning into the rant show. Anyway, go ahead, Osiris. Oh no, we're scrubbing it. All right.
That was a question mark. That's up to you.
Yeah, I know. Atomic, go ahead with the next topic.
That's kind of the last one.
No, it's not. We got plenty to talk about. Don't worry.
Okay. There is a rifle that runs Linux.
Hell to the yeah. Linux is everywhere, people. If you didn't know, now you know, sucker. How does that song go? How does that song go, Osiris?
How the fuck am I supposed to know? Ask the black guy about all the rap songs.
Yeah, you're the token black guy, yeah.
No.
I'm just kidding. All right. Oh, man.
So
all
if
right,
you didn't get enough open source when you're fragging your buddies online, you can get your open source fix while you're fragging people in real life.
There you go. Holy shit. Okay, it's a Tracking Point 338 TP. It's the Linux rifle that's accurate up to a mile. Yeah, that's what I said. 1 mile. It is the most accurate rifle. It's one of the most accurate rifles in the world.
They don't seem to say an exact accuracy, but it says will allow almost anyone to hit a mile away. What does that mean?
Well, it's 1,760 yards away, and all thanks to Linux. The software is called Tracking Point. And this is all. It's precision guided firearms. It's allowing shooters to hit their targets at beyond any range that they could hit on their own for several years now. And this is a brand new model. It's called the Mile Maker. That's what its nickname is. It was introduced at the CES CES 2015 apparently in January. This new 338 TP, and it extends the rifle's range up to a mile. So I guess previously it didn't work up to a mile, and now it does for those really long shots.
I mean, this is based off an AR platform, and the AR.
Are you showing the stream?
Yeah.
Or no. Okay.
The AR platform has not traditionally been a 1,000-yard or mile gun.
Hell no. Oh,
and 338 Lapua, maybe if you're running it in a bolt action with a very high gain scope, it might get 600-700 yards. But this is
what, a 338?
Yeah, 338 Lapua.
Apparently,
price tag on it.
Apparently, older models were getting 70% first hit accuracy. 70% first hit accuracy at 1,000 yards.
That's not
now
bad.
We're talking probably the silhouette of a human. Maybe was their target.
Well,
it doesn't really say what their target was.
I mean, you can hit it at 1,000 yards with a 7.62 54R on iron sights if you want.
Well, sure. And if you just point it upward and pull the trigger.
Yeah, one of these days I need to take
this is precision.
I mean, one of these days I need to take my Mosin Nagant out and see if I can hit a 1,000-yard target.
Oh, geez, yeah. Good luck.
But
so you get 200 rounds with the rifle. and it runs. Each round is about $8. The actual the entry level tracking point rifle, which is the precision guided semi-auto 5.56, that starts at $7,500. So, I just got a credit card for Ubutech LLC, so this might be my first purchase.
I have a feeling if this
I'll just write it off.
This is as real as this says it is, which I'm always skeptical until I've seen it or actually seen some real numbers. Probably been out for years and years and years. It's just being publicly made available now.
Well, I mean, it's not going on sale until the second quarter of 2015, and it's expected to be priced out at around $40,000.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's been out probably for 10 years already. I can guarantee you if it's real and if it does what it says it does, it's probably been out for a long time.
Right. You're probably right. I mean, Tracking Point is currently being tested by the military, by the U.S. Army.
I would say it's not being tested. I would say it's probably being used. This type of stuff doesn't just by people who want to kill people efficiently. they have it already.
Well, I mean,
time is money. They got it. Things must be killed now.
Yeah. Atomic, why don't you open this link for our viewers so they can just quickly see. This is an article on the BBC.com under technology, and Tracking Point weapons are equipped with this special scope, that features a heads-up display. So you're right, Osiris. This probably already is currently killing Taliban and other people that we need to kill from a mile away. You're right. It probably is.
I mean,
and actually,
you don't kill Taliban with this. You kill like high-profile targets.
Sure.
With this.
Right. Yeah. Like, I'm wondering if we can get FPS Russia to test this out.
Taliban are not worth $8 a bullet. We give them the 50-cent bullets.
Sure. You're right.
I will guarantee you that if FPS Russia is even about firearms, and I think he is, he's probably already got one of these on his wish list, and he's probably already talking to the people to get it.
I would agree. Yep. So there you go, people. If you want to see Linux in action and a real rifle on a real YouTubers, I mean, we're all real YouTubers, but if you want to see a real rifle like this running Linux and FPS Russia not even knowing that he's using Linux, hopefully we'll see it within the next year on his channel. That's all I'll say about that.
I'm looking at that website, and I like shot glass at ReconJet. See, I saw that a few years back on one of the gun shows. Yeah, this has been a thing, at least in the military circles for a while. This is kind of cool, but I'm pretty sure it'd be outlawed within like minutes. What are you gonna do with a gun that can shoot the mile accurately? You think the government's going to be like, yeah, cool, everybody have one? If we could afford one.
Yeah. I mean, if you got 40 grand, you can get one, apparently.
I mean, right now the laws are that as long as it's not automatic.
Yep.
That's true.
I mean, I can still go out.
You don't even need to buy the rifle. Can't you just buy this Tracking Point scope and software?
Pretty sure they have to be calibrated to the actual weapon too. Like,
well,
exactly.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
That, and there seems to be some stuff going on with the trigger and perhaps the bolt.
Right,
because it says you pull the trigger and then there's a delay before it actually fires.
Right, okay.
Which makes me think there's some special stuff going on in the bolt. But
special stuff.
I mean...
Oh, Precious wants to make an appearance, people.
It's got Wi-Fi on it.
LAN
and LTE 4G. What?
Hell yeah, dude. That way, the person sets up the gun and then puts it where this high-profile target's going to be coming to, and then he just pulls out his handy smartphone, either Android
and to
or
be specific,
whatever, and he hits kill on the screen.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Or it's also for taking imager or
imager.
Yeah, whatever.
Twitter pictures.
Instagrams of look at this headshot I just got.
Right? Yeah, right.
Confirmed. Confirmed.
Confirmed. Right. There you go. All right. Well, that's an awesome topic.
But I
I
mean,
actually found that topic on the Twitterverse, so
So
that
that
just
means we
goes
can.
to show you if you're not on Twitter, there's some great stuff on Twitter.
That means you can
Depending
add
on who
guns
you
to that.
follow.
That means you can add guns to the Internet of Things.
Yes. So right away,
uh-oh.
I'll say that if you're not on Twitter, I can understand your reluctance because Twitter can be spam. But if you just follow us three, then you'll be okay. So just create yourself a Twitter profile and follow us four actually. Linux Tech and Gaming, which is the Twitter handle for Linux Tech and Gaming is Linux _.
Thought for a second there somebody was getting swatted.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
hilarious.
right. I'll spot back.
So currently our Linux tag on
Yes.
Twitter is Linux _tag, and that might be changing. There is some possible legal issues that we've run into, but we're not exactly sure. The hashtag is Linux T and G.
Yeah, ignore
if you
that.
ever want us to see. No, don't ignore it. What do you mean?
Ignore the lower hashtag on the screen there. Use the upper hashtag.
Oh, okay.
If you
Yeah, I
tweet
guess
at
I
us.
didn't. Gotcha. And then, each of our Twitter handles should be on our screen. Should be on your screen right now, what you're
Yes.
watching. And for those people only listening to the audio, mine is at Ubuntu Addicted.
And
Osiris or Atomic. Go ahead.
yeah, mine is at the Atomic Ass.
Osiris. That's everywhere.
Yes.
Just Google it. You'll find it.
Yeah, right. I mean, you can say
And-
that about me as well. I'm everywhere.
Not the
Ubuntu
Egyptian
Addicted.
king, the modern pimp.
I'm stealing that. It's definitely going on something.
You're putting it on some graphic somewhere or some.
I want that to
quote.
be
Yeah,
on my
me
shirt.
too. Right there, you go.
Before we leave the previous topic, I just want to talk about efficiency of murdering. Governments have already figured out a way to murder efficiently. And it's not through guns. It's through fucking flamethrowers.
Yeah, that is actually true.
Wow.
I think that was very
Wow.
true during World War II, wasn't it?
Yes,
If
and
you-
Vietnam.
If
And
you want to
Vietnam,
murder
we would-
people, you just light them up.
on fire. There you go. Yep.
Isn't that expensive though? Like for fuel and because what if somebody shoots you in the back?
What is this expense you speak of? One guy is taking out a platoon.
Yeah, pretty much. Or like the bunker that they're all in and you can't get to them, or they're in the rat hole like in Vietnam. You just freaking take a flamethrower with the 2 tanks on your back and just spray the freaking flames with the flammable fuel just comes flying out of the nozzle and just annihilates human flesh. So let's move on to the next topic.
That was
which
quite
is-
detailed.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Well, Atomic wanted to cover it, so. So the last topic, we're not going to scrub it. We'll talk about it. It's the Mint Box Mini. It's basically a compact Linux Mint powered PC. For people like us three, it's not really a thing.
I could use this.
Could you?
For a second.
Yeah,
computer.
because I can't build nothing like this. Yeah, this would be perfect to throw under a TV or in a bedroom that doesn't require a full featured PC or like this could be.
Yeah, but look at how expensive it is.
How much is it?
It's almost $300.
Yeah, what are the specs though? You got to compare the spec. Look, it's a AMD A4 with a
Okay.
Radeon R3.
Yeah,
well,
Radeon.
guess that's an
right.
AP.
So that's
The Radeon's
bad.
fine for no, that's fine for general usage.
Oh, no gaming. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
not for gaming. This is. I wouldn't. I mean,
Right.
even if you was gonna make a Steam streaming box, this would be fine for that too.
Well, the Doco. Did you see someone's YouTube video about the Doco from NXZT?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay. That's also a tiny little box.
You know what would make this an instant sell for me is if it has HDMI 2.0.
It has, yeah, it just says 2 HDMI ports. Doesn't specifically say what ports.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool that it has 2. Really, it has 2?
Yeah, there's lots of things I could do with this, like especially at this size.
Well, I bought the Vero. I've created a video about the Vero. The Vero is a square tiny PC that's even smaller than this, if you can believe that. And that is also $300. But
is it
but the advantage of that is it has an SoC. The chip is it's an ARM chip. It's not.
That's why I like.
It's not an AMD. Right.
This is why I like this, because this is a actual ATX derivative build.
Right. Yep. Is that micro then? Micro ATX? It's gotta be.
That I don't know. It might be something proprietary. It says you need for Raspberry Pi, blah 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 blah. Let me see.
And here, this is a Banana Pi, people. So this is the open source equivalent to the Raspberry Pi. It's called the Banana Pi, and this also is an ARM chip.
Oh, and this box is
look
also
at how
fanless.
small it is. Yeah. Yep. So it's passively cooled, right? Yep. So the Banana Pi, I don't know if they can see. You should be able to see this. Yeah. So those, I just need to design the enclosure for this thing, which I'm going to do using free open source software, and then I'm going to 3D print it at a local 3D print shop, unless I get like Altabot or MakerBot or whatever to send me a 3D printer like they do with another YouTuber. That's in the works as well. But anyway, this is a neat little device. I guess I will say that for $300, with 2 HDMI ports, which my Banana Pi only has 1 HDMI port, it could definitely be something that's useful. I guess I'll say that. Completely silent. It's fanless. It's got a 5-year manufacturer's warranty.
That's pretty beast.
Yeah, it is. It's got the 64 gig SSD in it. It's got 4 gig of RAM. 2 3.0 USB ports, 3 2.0 ports USB, 2 HDMI out ports. It's got the your BG and N Wi-Fi. It's got even Ethernet, so gigabit Ethernet. It's got the micro SD card reader, and it's got the input-output jacks for headphones and microphones. So this is a phenomenal little box here.
By the way, obviously, since there's a mini, there's also an original size. So yes, there's a Mint box too, that is specifically, obviously, since it's called Mint box, I'm sure it comes with Mint, Linux Mint. Right. It's on their homepage also, in case anybody's interested. Just Google Linux Mint, and you can check these out. The full size Mint box too is actually really nice. Like it's got the same specs as a full size desktop, but it's like, it looks like a cable box. It's about the size of a cable box.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, not a cable box, a cable modem, not the cable box under your TV.
Oh, I was just gonna say, okay, that's a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
so that's pretty cool from the open source guys.
Right.
We have been requested to look at chat and discuss Minecraft as well.
Okay.
It's Minecraft.
I heard that's a fad. That's not going to be around for very much longer. So
right.
Or Microsoft just completely closes doors on it and make it closed source, so nobody can create plugins for it. That would be really detrimental to the Minecraft community. Just say that.
I think that if they've shown that they're not going to touch Minecraft, I think they brought it for its name, because they're going to expand it.
Right. Yeah, you're probably right. Well, they like the subscription model. They showed that today on the the Windows 10, live stream of informing people of what they're going to do with Windows 10.
I don't know if that they like it or they're doing it out of necessity. I would say they were doing it out of necessity. The market is not in the favor of the future of Microsoft right now. And just like everybody else, including Adobe, subscriptions are a better way to lock people in.
Apparently, you never started a live stream on YouTube.
What?
No. Osiris must not have hit whatever. Well,
Oh, that's why I couldn't find it.
doesn't matter. It's on Hitbox.
Yeah. I can export to
All right.
YouTube from there.
Right. So the cool thing, I mean, what is the question? Let me go to Hitbox and see what the question is about Minecraft.
I'm in
No,
Hitbox. I don't see any question about Minecraft.
It was on Twitch. For a brief moment there, we hit 50 viewers on Twitch.
What?
On Twitch.
On Twitch. I don't know why, but we did.
Why? Okay. I didn't even know that you were streaming to Twitch.
Atomic is botting again.
Right?
I got all the botnets.
Right.
Awesomes. So the question was what about Minecraft? You know, Atomic?
It just says discuss about Minecraft.
Well, okay. If you know, UbuCraft is a thing, and it's currently accepting new users. If you're interested in gaming and joining UbuCraft and the revolution that's occurring, it is currently ubucraft.moo.com. That is 3 O's. ubucraft.moo.com. That's currently what it is, but it is changing because DNS. And you know, it's going to be the whole 9 yards. No, we'll say it's going to be the whole 10 yards because I'm going above and beyond what current big YouTubers do. Like, I don't even want to mention their names because they disgust me. But you know, UbuCraft is going to give you an experience that is unlike any other Minecraft server out there, based on performance, based on being on SSDs, based on the amount of RAM that the server will have, and you know, there's going to be the whole 9 yards where you'll be able to, you know, go from one server to another or one world to another using portals or using whatever terminology Minecraft uses. You know, so there'll be PvP servers, PvP worlds. There'll be like the worlds where they're all in the air, you know, whatever you want to call them. We'll call it Ubu Sky World, whatever. I mean, you know, you'll be able to play mini games that are currently being developed that have never been developed before. So yeah, I mean, it's all in the works, and if you want to try it right now, it's just survival. And there's some great creations already on there that Atomic has done, that Swoop has done, that some of my close friends, Gamer Girl, and you know, some other people have done already. There's also a Forge. There's also a Forge server going up later tonight. That'll be running on a different. That'll be running on a different server. That'll have an awesome metro city that you can explore and learn about, and that server is yet to be announced. So that's all the Minecraft information that I'd like to share at this time. It's an ever-developing, transforming project of mine. So yeah, I need to really get my blog updated or get a post updated on Linux Tech and Gaming or wherever I'm going to put it, but I need to get this information out there so that people can start finding it and supporting UbuCraft and playing on it and having fun. And yeah, so nice hat, by the way, Osiris.
Yep.
I just finally seen it now, or saw it now. All right, well, that's UbuCraft. What was the other question?
What's Minecraft?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps up the show.
Were we going to do this other topic here?
Which is Steam client updated. Sure, I can't see.
Basically,
Okay, go ahead,
basically the
Osiris,
Steam
yeah.
client got an update where the broadcasting feature is now out of beta. So is the what is that thing called, the
In-home
counter?
streaming.
FPS counter.
Oh, okay, yeah, VOGL perf.
I'm not sure that's what it is. The FPS counter is out of beta also, but unfortunately, there's no Linux support for the broadcasting feature, even though it's out of beta, which is
kind of weird.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Just thought everybody should, because there's probably a lot of Windows viewers and watchers and lurkers, and just for your information, the broadcasting features on the stable version of Steam now. You don't have to be part of beta to use it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome news. So what that allows you to do is basically, if you're into live streaming, but you don't want to look into all that's involved with live streaming, now it is the simple click of a button in your Steam client.
I don't think that's targeted for people who want to live stream. I think it's just for you to share what's going on with
sure.
your friends mostly.
Right.
I think that the general broadcasting part is an afterthought. If you ever looked at it, it doesn't seem really well rounded or worth using.
Okay.
You're better off just using Twitch or the real sites if you want to actually broadcast.
Yeah. Nowadays, I mean, Twitch streaming from Minecraft is built right into Minecraft. I mean, if you're on console, that's all built right into consoles nowadays. I mean, sharing your gaming experience with others is so gigantic now that Amazon felt the need to buy Twitch.tv.
I'm still convinced they did it for advertisement, but we'll see.
Right. Yeah. Who knows?
So they can get free advertisement.
Hitbox is ever improving and getting better, in my opinion. So, the viewers are coming over to Hitbox, in my opinion. I think live streaming and the entertainment that's provided of live streaming your gaming session is, it's exploding at unprecedented speed. And HVEC and H.265 and VP9, those are still like a year or two out. 4K basically streaming. 4K streaming is still way far away, which is
Netflix streams 4K now.
One show. Yeah.
So does YouTube.
Not 4K that I'm
Yes,
aware
it does. Yes, it does. There's not people putting 4K up. There's videos on YouTube right now that are 4K.
Not streaming, Osiris. That's video on demand.
What do you mean live?
Correct. Yeah, correct.
I mean, what's really the difference? As long
because
as
one's live and one's already archived.
But it's streaming to your PC. That's what I mean.
Oh,
either way, it's still streaming to your PC. The bandwidth needs to be there, and some kind of player needs. That doesn't matter whether it's video on demand or any other way.
It does though, because the encoder can't encode fast enough for it to be live yet. You can't live encode and stream 4K yet.
I mean,
but whatever. I mean, it's video on demand. No, you can't. It's too slow. There's too much delay. So you wouldn't be able to interact. Your stream would be like 4 minutes behind.
Well, just like anything else, you would have to grow your hardware with your demand. Anybody can stream 480. Then you'd need better stuff for 1080, and then better stuff for 4K. If anybody who's streaming right now has a dedicated streaming box, I'm sure they could stream 4K.
Well, I can. You're right. I can, but the problem is an hour behind. That's what you're not. Never mind. I mean, it's like an hour behind. The amount of time that it takes to encode something and then stream that is just insane. It's way too long.
No, if you had a proper setup,
you
could do that.
I'm communicating with the people that work in the industry, and the hardware is not there yet.
Well, I mean,
not there for general consumers, but for dedicated people who are doing live streams and have a dedicated setup. You could do a 4K setup. Now, why would you do a 4K setup? It's beyond me. Because first of all, who's going to actually be able to view it? And
that's
what
the
for?
problem, right?
And then why would you need 4K? Like, I don't need to see Atomic in 4K.
Right. Yes, you do. You need to see all of my pores and the pores of my pores.
The pores of your pores, out of your pores.
Yeah.
I'm
So
good.
the only show that's available and currently that I'm aware of on Netflix is House of Cards, and that's available in 4K.
And I don't think because it's not possible. I think because there's not a demand. Like, who
Right,
has four?
exactly.
Nobody
Yeah.
has 4K.
Yeah, the
Everybody
decoding of
should have
4K.
4K.
Well, the decoding of 4K is what's not a thing yet because
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah. That's not hard to do either.
Yeah.
It's
well,
just not.
it's currently done in Chrome.
Consumers just don't want it
Yes.
yet.
If you're
Right,
talking
exactly.
about
Yeah.
watching a 4K video in the Flash player, I'll agree with that. But
Correct, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, HTML5 players can play it. Yes.
yeah,
I've been experimenting with it. Yeah.
I mean this Mint box that we just looked at, that will play 4K video as long as we're not talking Flash player.
Yeah, Flash
Correct.
eating up every
Yeah,
CPU
Flash
cycle
sucks.
plus
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
choking on it.
Right. Yeah, it's basically that's the problem right there. It's Flash versus the HTML5 players. Yeah.
But yeah. So the Steam broadcasting though, that's it's ready for you guys, and it's awesome. And I wish they'd go ahead and fix the Linux version. I'm wondering why isn't there a Linux version? Like, what is it using that there isn't one yet? There's not even a beta one because usually they'll release a beta that if it's working in some kind of capacity.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
don't know. I don't know why it's not working. I'm not sure. That's a good question. So that pretty much I want to get a video up actually of showing the specific settings for the broadcasting for Windows users. I'm sure there's already a video out there, but there is a few little gotchas in relation to broadcasting and in-home streaming, and it all boils down to ensuring that you have the hardware encoding and hardware decoding all set up properly when you choose to broadcast and or when you choose to do in-home streaming. So, currently in the Linux side of things, Intel and NVIDIA decoding of H.264 streams is all perfect fun and games and can decode 1080p just fine. It's AMD. I'm not sure, but I want to get a little video up just showing the particular checkboxes and settings that you want to ensure that you choose if you want to do a proper broadcast and not bring your system to its knees.
Well, in Steam, I don't think there's a lot of settings for broadcasting.
No, they're all hidden in the in-home streaming. That's the whole gotcha.
No, what I'm saying, yeah, but it's still very rudimentary. Like, this is simple. Pick 720, pick an up speed. If that doesn't work, pick a lower one.
Right. Yep.
But everybody should be able to do
Figure
the
it out. It should be
720,
pretty intuitive. Yeah.
like 1000. Because if I remember correctly, I need to open Steam. But if I remember correctly, even the upload speeds are presets.
I think so.
For broadcasting, yeah. So like most people are not doing 3000 because that's the top one.
Right. Yep.
So you might, if you're watching this, you might as well skip that one for 99% of you, and
Yep.
go right to that normal stuff.
Right. And it's all based on your upload, which the average upload of a US consumer might be as low as 0.5, unfortunately. Megabytes I'm talking about, megabits I'm talking about per second. So,
I think
if
we've
you
gotten
only have
past that, but
no. My ex actually has the cheapest internet she can have, and it's 10 down and 0.5 up.
Holy cow.
Yep. So that is still a thing, and that's, who knows. I don't know what the numbers are for an average consumer's upload, but I can
we were
guarantee
talking
you
about upload.
Well,
Okay.
I can
I'm
guarantee
looking-
you that it's not very high because the OBS IRC support channel, which I frequent a lot, is filled with people saying that OBS sucks and they can't live stream.
I'm looking at the broadcasting settings now. The minimum is 750 kilobits per second.
Okay.
The max, and it increments up by 500 once you get to after you get to 1,000. So it's 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, and 3,500.
Precious just can't get enough of the live stream. She just wants to be on the show.
And apparently you can stream in 360p if you choose. So if you can't figure this out, just choose 360p and 750.
What?
I don't know who would watch that.
Hey, well, if you're just showing a friend a particular level and how to get through it, perfect. There you go. Stream them 360p, you know, allow him to view it, and boom, you're in there like swimwear.
Is there even a device made today that is 360p? Just curious.
Ow! She's digging her claws in my leg, and I don't have pants on. Ow!
Get 360p.
I mean, that would be good for a mobile device if I'm on
my
like
mobile.
Maybe my cell phone.
Yeah, the cell phone, like a flip phone. Like what real smartphone is Yeah, like that thing. That thing right there.
This is probably
What?
360p or maybe 240p.
Oh, here we go. I got one right here. Bam.
All right, there you go, Atomic. 240p.
That 240p master race.
Oh my gosh. Wow. All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up the show. Were there any other questions in any of the chats anywhere? Apparently we have 9 viewers, but nobody put anything in the comments. Am I seeing this right? I don't understand.
It's so quiet. Chirp, chirp.
Yeah. No one's saying anything.
Chirp, chirp.
But that's okay.
Bingo bango.
Thank you for all of those of you that are watching on Twitch or Hitbox. Normally we're live on YouTube. We'll work on that for next week. We had some last minute real life things that occurred. Osiris and I both showed up to the live stream at 6:58 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Are you kidding?
Which is 2 minutes before the show. So
we're on the front page, that's fine.
All right.
Hooray!
Awesome. Linux Tech and Gaming made it to the front show of Twitch. Okay, cool.
Hitbox.
Oh, Hitbox.
Hey,
Gotcha.
if you're watching right now, come back, because we're probably going to stream some Screen Sheet very soon.
There you go. Yep, come back. We'll stream some Screen Sheet to either this Hitbox and the YouTube or my own personal one. That's undecided.
Yeah, it'll probably be our personal ones.
Yeah, most likely.
Well, actually,
it'll be tweeted. It'll be tweeted for sure what we're going to stream on and where you can watch us, and the hilarity will ensue, and I guarantee that you'll possibly pee your pants a couple times. So make sure that you put on a diaper before you come to the live stream, and if you have Screen Sheet, you too can frag us. So that's going to do it for episode 21 of Linux Tech and Gaming. A big thank you to Aspire Media. A huge shout out and thank you to all of those supporters that have been with us from day one of our podcast. And each and every one of the supporters that support us on YouTube and or Patreon. Thank you. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate your support, monetarily and or non-monetarily. Any type of sharing or, interacting with us, I thrive off that. I want to provide you guys entertainment, whether it's informational entertainment or comical entertainment. I want to provide you with something that you want to watch, and you feel like you're involved and you're laughing and you're having fun with us. That's the whole reason we created the podcast, one of the reasons. So if you want to game with us, make sure that you're in our Steam group, which is Linux Tech and Gaming on Steam. And, this would be a perfect time where if you're already in the Steam group and you already own Screen Sheet, you could game with us in, probably 30 minutes or less and have a blast and have a lot of fun. You'll talk to us using Mumble. You'll log into the Mumble server and, it'll be all sorts of fun. So you guys go ahead with any information you want to share.
Player.me/Osiris. That's
All
it.
right. Yep.
I still haven't even looked into that.
Man,
It's awesome.
I like it.
Yep. Player.me/Ubuntu Addicted.
It's the next best thing that, without running your own like website or
Right.
blog.
I would agree with that statement. Yep. Dude said raise your dongers.
I wonder who that dude is.
Right? This guy's a troll. He's got troll faces on here and stuff.
Raise all the dongers.
At the same time.
Yeah.
I want to be in the Guinness's Book of World Records for donger raising.
Let's just ban this troll.
No, don't do it.
Yeah, remember how I banned you? I banned Atomic the other day on the Twitch or something.
And then he forgot to unban me.
Yeah, I forgot to unban him. He's like, wait, why can't I fucking chat? Chat's blocked for me.
Go ahead and I'll unban myself.
You're right. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for episode 21 of the Linux Tech and Gaming Podcast. And Osiris and I may just meet some fellow YouTubers at PAX South.
Raise your
the works. It's in the works, people. It's in the works. So that's all we got for this week. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you next week, Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Later.
Bye, guys.